Biden says Putin totally miscalculated by invading Ukraine but is a rational actor. CNN President Joe Biden said in an exclusive CNN interview Tuesday he believes Russian President Vladimir Putin is a rational actor who nonetheless barely misjudged his ability to invade Ukraine and suppress its people. I think he is a rational actor who has miscalculated significantly, Biden told Jake Tapper as Russian bombardment on civilian targets in Ukraine signaled another turning point in the months-long war. Coming as the conflict in Ukraine approaches its 8th month, the interview with Biden provided fresh insight into his thinking as top U.S. officials watch the fighting unfold in Ukraine with escalating concern. Biden, who warned last week the risk of nuclear Armageddon was at its highest level in 60 years, said in the interview that threats emanating from Russia could result in catastrophic mistakes and miscalculation even as he declined to spell out how precisely the United States would respond if Putin deploys a tactical nuclear device on the battlefield in Ukraine. And he said there would consequences for Saudi Arabia after it partnered with Moscow to announce a cut in oil production, a move that could cause gas prices to increase as November's midterm elections approach. Biden, his top officials, and fellow Western leaders have spent the past several months debating what steps Putin may take as his troops suffer embarrassing losses on the battlefield in Ukraine. Whether Putin is acting rationally has been a subject of intense debate as leaders work to predict his next step. While Biden said Tuesday he believed Putin himself was rational, he characterized the Russian leader's aims in Ukraine, which Putin laid out in an angry speech as he launched the war in February, as ridiculous. You listen to what he says. If you listen to the speech he made after when that decision was being made, he talked about the whole idea of he was needed to be the leader of Russia that united all of Russian speakers. I just think it's irrational, Biden said. Going further, Biden said Putin wrongly believed Ukrainians would submit to Russian invasion, a misjudgment that's been disproved by fierce resistance inside the country. I think the speech, his objectives were not rational. I think he thought he was going to be welcomed with open arms, that this was the home of Mother Russia in Kyiv, and that were where he was going to be welcomed. And I think he was totally miscalculated, Biden said. Instead, a counter-offensive launched by Ukraine last month was successful in retaking territory previously held by the Russians, including critical transportation hubs. The losses proved the latest major embarrassment for Russia, whose military has struggled over the course of the 7-month war. This week, however, Russia launched one of its fiercest bombing campaigns since invading in late February. At least 19 people have been killed and more than 100 wounded across the country as far away as the western city of Will. Hundreds of miles from the war's main theaters, eastern and southern Ukraine, asked whether he would meet Putin at next month's Group of 20 summit in Indonesia. Biden said he didn't see a good reason for a sit-down. It would depend on specifically what he wanted to talk about, Biden said, adding if Putin wanted to discuss the jailed American basketball star Brittany Griner, then he would be open to taking. But look, he acted brutally, Biden said. I think he's committed war crimes, and so I don't see any rationale to meet with him now.